2025 International Champion Quartet is Clever Girl!
I recall being together in Nashville and over breakfast, like highly caffeinated, and throwing out like literally hundreds of ideas. I think Holly and I were like, "What about this? What about this?" It was kind of out of hand. And I think I had mentioned something about like, what about like a podcast idea? Like the package is a podcast, and kind of running with that. Holly had this idea of the AI route, and for me to play the clever bot. So just kind of really got out of hand from there.
A little bit, yeah. The whole time I was like, this seems like how are we gonna like seriously pull this off on stage? Like trying to envision like the audience seeing this happen and just being like, oh, this is gonna get real weird. And Eddie was just like, man, there's just so many good things about this. I can just see, you know, you're pulling these things out of a box and you pull out a hand and you pull out a foot. And we were just like, okay, we weren't imagining going that far in that direction, but okay, we're gonna let him, you know, let's see where this idea goes.
Like the costume actually falling apart, like not, it wasn't really supposed to fall apart.
Actually, I was supposed to be pretending to fix her, right? But and I actually had to fix her. At the end, it was like the pivotal thing to end the package was actually unplugging her. So I was like, if this isn't plugged in, I don't know how this is gonna play off other than just like us, you know, bopping her on the head or like hitting the backpack or something. I don't know. We were in the car on the way back and Mila was just like, I just envision like the beginning of something's coming because it's so like, you know, like futuristic. And yeah, how did you describe it, Neela? Was it?
Yeah, even just that very first da, 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 like, it feels like, I don't know, it felt
mysterious.
Like, yeah.
I will know right away soon as it shows. It may come cannonballing down through the sky, gleaming its eye, bright as a rose.
Used a snippet of How Deep is the Ocean. I think we wanted to pick like a really classic barbershop ballad, almost to trick the audience into thinking that was going to be our contestable tune. But through one of our coaches that we worked with, Eddie Holt, he had this really funny joke.
The average depth of the ocean is approximately 3,682 meters.
And how high is the sky?
And yeah, just to be able to use a snippet of it and not actually do the whole song, but that felt really like classic barbershop that we wanted to showcase.
Stormy weather. Yeah, and that's one that we do have in our rep, and we wanted that, we actually considered that being our contestable piece in there, but we were just like, how do we not take the audience out of the whole theme? And I think it was just like, how funny would it be if like it was completely the opposite, like emotion? So heavy-hearted and sad, and she's just like really happy, and so we're like, yes, that's the thing.
Rain pouring down, every hope I had.
This is not working.
That was our contest tune, Baby Can Dance, which is an Arendelle chart. And man, finding the contestable uptune, or the contestable song in general, I think was our biggest beast. And again, how to keep it within the theme and avoid maybe getting something arranged with little time. But it worked out so well. And I think we loved the tune. We loved, you know, we're huge fans of GQ, and but kind of wanted to put our own spin on it. So again, we did kind of a vignette with the Uptown Funk in the middle of it. But it's interesting to like to sing a contest song, but then to add the comedy to it and try to keep the integrity of the singing, and you know, really keep in mind like this is where the points are. So try to still continue, you know, doing a really powerful performance, but keeping all that technique going as well.
It really don't matter. She got something better than class. Who needs love when love don't last that long? Not that long. And all you need is a song. Just need a song. She can dance, my baby can dance.
Face Your Fears is a song that I have always thought was so funny. But this one I was just like, oh, this has to be it, because AI, you know, goes off the rails sometimes. And I think it'd be really funny. So thankfully, that was the only one that we've had specifically arranged for our package, and Nilo was able to reach out to Adam Bock to do that for us. So.
ending the skit is always really challenging. So we just went with a big tag of David Wright's Rhapsody in blue.
Our 2025 International Champion Quartet is Clever Girl!
To hear all the love that I got I didn't really understand how big the impact would be. And so many people have said, like, but just seeing someone that has, you know, become a champion and looks like you it does a lot. And just to be that person for people is really special. And I'm so grateful to be that, to represent in that way.
We just won the contest, but I really think this is kind of just the beginning for Clever Girl. We all love hanging out and singing together, and so we're super honored to get to represent Sweet Adelines, and hopefully that just creates more opportunities for us to travel and sing together and put together shows and that kind of thing.